So, guys, I was listening to a video this evening by U.S. immigration lawyer Ragashanti, or Jamaican immigration lawyer Ragashanti, and he was explaining some ruling by the Supreme Court recently in the United States. And oh my gosh, it seems as if when President-elect Donald Trump comes into power, it really means nobody is safe immigration wise, right? I guess unless you're born in the States. Because what he was explaining, and I'm going to play a part of his video at the end of this. What he's explaining is that a young lady, she got married to a gentleman, and he got his papers, right? So it was a legit marriage, and he got his green card. However, after he got his green card, a little while later, the ex of the new husband, I don't know if maybe she was harboring ill feelings or whatever the situation was. Maybe she just wanted to mess him up because, sometimes how women are. Maybe he left her for this new woman. But anyways, that young miss sent a letter to the U.S. immigration, whatever they're called, and stating to them that he had previously tried to do a business marriage in a nutshell, and that wasn't successful. So what the immigration did, they rescinded his green card. Remember, his marriage now is legit, right? And because of the report from his ex, I'm not sure, if they did whatever investigations or whatever. But what they did, they went back and took away this green card from this legit wedding. So, they took it to court, and it ended up at the Supreme Court. And basically, the Supreme Court was telling them that whatever the federal court says, that is how it goes. The case shouldn't even have been brought to them at the Supreme Court level, because, what the federal court says, that's how it goes. So he lost his green card, basically. And this was a legit marriage this time. So what the lawyer, Ragashanti, was saying is that, for any one of you who have your green cards and you're eligible for citizenship, he would advise that you guys apply for your citizenship, because I'm assuming if you're a citizen, then it would be more difficult to revoke your citizenship. But once you're a green card holder, any game can play. So what he's also kind of saying is that he thinks, once Trump comes in, with this ruling from the Supreme Court, in Trump's eyes and his border czars and his border people, it is a win in their eyes, because based on what they are planning. Because how I look at it, anyone can lie, right? Because even if two people were together and for whatever reason they break up, and then the other person goes on and get married to someone else, if one person wants to be vindictive, and then they call immigration and say, hey, I was with this person and, they wanted to pay to get married to me, are they going to believe that person But this is a slippery slope. But anyways, what they're saying is that even if you have your green card, don't sit on your green card because any game can play. And just make sure that you guys get your citizenship. I know it's not a lot of time. No, you won't be granted citizenship within the next month or so, but I'm not sure if once your application goes in, if your status is implied, and I don't know how it works there, but his advice is if you're eligible, go and apply for your citizenship as soon as possible. And I think I heard there are some, I don't know if it's a rumor going around that some states are actually paying people to give up information on if they know of any illegal residents in the states, in those specific states. I don't know how true that is, but that is the rumor out there. So I guess if you're not there legally, and I don't know if people want to snitch on you, then just be on the lookout. I hope you guys all, get yourselves sorted out. And I'll play the video by the lawyer. All right, catch you next time.
Greetings. Yes, I look tired and battered out because I am. I did not sleep all of last night and I just came off a flight and things like that. So I am tired. But anyway, I have to talk to you about something that is important as it relates to immigration. On Tuesday, the Supreme Court made a ruling that I think is just it's a colossal ruling given what is taking place right now and what the incoming Trump administration stated that they're going to pursue in terms of revocations and rescinding benefits that are already accorded to thousands of our people. And let's go to the case first. Okay. So what we have here is a case where a U.S. citizen, female, petitioned for her husband and was successful in doing so because the relationship was real. They're really married. It's a genuine, bona fide, real relationship. And the petition was successful. And the husband got his green card. But a couple of years later, the ex of the husband made a report to USCIS of something along the lines that he had attempted this before, but when he attempted it, it was fake. In other words, she made a report that years before, he had attempted to circumvent the laws of the United States of America, the immigration laws, in order to secure himself a green card. And based on that report, and whatever due process USCIS engaged in from her report, they revoked the green card that he got. Legitimately, the green card that he got from a bona fide real marriage. That's really his wife. They're really in love and they're really together. And the argument from USCIS was that, well, had we known about what happened before, you wouldn't even have been here to get the real one, right? But the wife took it to court, and it went to federal court, circuit court, appeals court, and went up to the Supreme Court. And here's the thing what the Supreme Court ruled on Tuesday. The Supreme Court ruled that not only is USCIS under Homeland Security, not only do they have the authority to revoke a benefit that they already dispensed to an applicant, which by the way is nothing new. USCIS has revoked stuff before many times. Take back green card, even citizenship, right? So that is nothing new. But here's the thing. The Supreme Court said USCIS under the Homeland Security is well within their authority to revoke what they gave before. And not only that, the court said, but that federal courts have no authority, none, no authority to get involved in revocation of immigration benefits. That is huge. That is huge. Because what the court is saying is that when these revocations take place, don't even come to us to ask us to resolve these issues, because we're not going to subject them to judicial review, because the court is saying that it has no standing to do that, you know. And when you locate this ruling within the context of what is happening and what the incoming administration said they want to do, then you realize that it has a potential to impact tens of thousands of people. And here's why. Many of you might be familiar with Stephen Miller, who in the previous Trump administration was the one spearheading the immigration initiatives and thing. And he's fairly assertive and somewhat aggressive, to put it mildly. He's very strong-willed about getting not having certain people inside the country. And he's now going to be Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy with supervisory responsibility over the immigration czar, which is Tom Oren or so forth, anything like that. But they had stated that they have a problem with what the Biden administration has been doing and how many people the Biden administration has let in under their policies. And they had stated that they intend to revoke those. So they stated, again, that we don't know what's going to happen yet. It's January 20th before the new administration comes in. But again, they had stated that they are going to revoke what the Biden administration did for thousands of people. And again, just want to remind you how the immigration, how the asylum thing works. You come to the border and you explain to the border officials, what type of persecution you're alleging occurred to you in your home country, and that you're seeking asylum in the United States. And of course, thousands upon thousands upon thousands, and the courts can't, deal with all of them, deal with them all, in a timely manner. So what they do is they let the people in, and they give them work permits, etc., whatever, pursuant to the resolution of their cases. But the amount of people that were let in, is to the tune of thousands upon thousands, okay? And those are the people that the incoming administration, they have a problem with. And those are the people they said that they're going to revoke what was given to them. So people who got asylum, they are vulnerable. People who are in the process of having their asylum cases being processed in the court, the incoming administration can say, okay, end it right there. People who have already gotten asylum, the incoming administration said, we're going to revoke it. And when they do, the ACLU and all these entities who usually challenge them in court, they really don't have any legs to stand on right now based on the ruling from the Supreme Court on Tuesday. Because again, the Supreme Court, none of the Supreme Court says that USCIS totally has the authority to do that. They're saying that we, the court, we don't have anything to do with it. So don't even come to us. Don't even bring any cases to us, because we're not even allowed to hear it. Right? So the Trump administration here, and here's the thing too. Here's the thing. Let's be fair. This is not from the courts. It's not a Republican or a Democrat issue, right? So we have had quite a few cases that were, decided on party lines. Many of you are aware that the Supreme Court presently has a 6-3 conservative majority, so it's a Republican court that's there now, the 6, constituting the majority. But here's the thing, in this case, it was unanimous. So even the 3 Democratic justices, right, Sotomayor, Ketanji Brown, KBJ, Ketanji Brown Jackson, and the other, justice, liberal justice and thing. Indeed, the opinion was written by KBJ, Ketanji Brown Jackson. So all 9 justices, right? And we're living in a time now where that is rare, where all the 9 justices come together and form consensus and say, hey, listen, we all agree on this. So this is a profound message sent to the Trump administration, right? Anytime you have a consensus ruling from the Supreme Court, it's a big deal. And I guarantee you the Trump administration is going to say, see, the court is overwhelming in our support here that we can revoke, we can take back what was given in the previous administration. So this is going to be huge, and it's going to impact thousands of people. And now's the time for you to go, if you're in that position, you want to talk to an immigration lawyer who knows this stuff. I don't do asylum law and refugee law. I don't do litigation. I don't do litigation or asylum law, refugee law. But there are lots of lawyers out there who are very good at this, and you want to contact them. Also, if you're a green card holder, I strongly recommend that you apply for your citizenship. If you are a green card holder, I strongly recommend that you apply for your citizenship, with all the unpredictability that is out there with respect to, what will be the terms of the deportations and whatever. There's a lot swirling out there. Some of it is rumors, some of it is panic and anxiety and so forth. But your best bet is to be as prepared as possible. But again, just to tighten up, this ruling from the Supreme Court is monumental in that it gives the incoming administration carte blanche, a blank check to revoke, to take back, what was already given to thousands of beneficiaries in terms of immigration benefits, right? So it's a narrow ruling in that sense. It's only about the revocation of immigration benefits. But, again, it's carte blanche to the incoming administration. I'm sure they will have taken note that this was, a 9-0 ruling, that all the justices are on board here, and that they're going to use that and indeed engage in, probably white, expansive revocations of benefits that were already dispensed to thousands of people. So do what you need to do to learn about this thing, and talk to a lawyer and see what your options are, because it's going to be crazy, all right? I'm just updating you. It's bad news for many of you, but again, I'm just telling you what the ruling on Tuesday could mean, potentially, given what is occurring right now, okay? All right then, blessings. I'll be back with more later on. Take care.